Hi, welcome to another episode from our GDPR IQ Thought Leadership series. Here we'll be discussing whether your charity is ready for GDPR. The General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, came into force on May 25, 2018, and applies to charitable organizations that process personal data, regardless of their size. The core premise behind the GDPR, besides harmonizing data collection practices, is the balancing of individual and business rights through transparency and accountability. If your charity is located in the European Union or EU, the GDPR certainly applies to you. For nonprofits located outside the EU, the GDPR is applicable if you offer goods and/or provide services to EU-based individuals or monitor the behavior of EU-based individuals. Therefore, a U.S. charity which, as part of its activities, helps Somalian refugees based in Germany would need to comply with the GDPR, as it provides services to individuals based in the EU. Interestingly, the GDPR has no special provisions for charities, and they will be held to the same data protection standards as regular businesses. Compliance with the GDPR can be costly, requiring charities to analyze the way they work, the data they use, how it's handled, and secured. Under the GDPR, the definition of personal data is broad. All charitable organizations will be deemed to be processing personal data. Fundraisers need to ensure they're meeting the legal requirements while still giving their donors a great experience of supporting charities. The most commonly stored or processed personal data by charities is the data concerning their donors, volunteers, or any individual who interact with the charity, employees, consultants, external service providers, etc. As a sector that relies heavily on direct mail and fundraising initiatives to continue to provide vital services, charities must be prepared to implement this new legislation at every level of their organization, especially in their marketing. From documenting how personal data is held and processed, to developing procedures for dealing with individuals' requests to see the data held on them, assessing the privacy impact of a new product or service, and security breaches that involve loss of data. Pre-ticked and opt-out boxes are no longer sufficient for proving consent. Donors must actively opt in to receive communication, including follow-up email marketing and direct phone calls, whether written, electronic, or oral statements. Tick boxes and any other statement must clearly indicate acceptance. Requests for opt-in consent must be clear and unambiguous, using easily accessible plain language catered to the person being communicated with. It is not acceptable to withhold goods or services from individuals who do not give consent for something completely unrelated. Example, free t-shirt for subscribing to email updates. Claiming legitimate interest as the legal basis for collecting data enables you to collect data. However, adequate reasons must be provided whilst balancing your rights as a charity to collect data and the rights of the donor. Greater clarity must be given within privacy policies about exactly what the data will be used for and how long it will be held. Simply saying, "it's for fundraising," is no longer sufficient. All data collection forms, including telephone scripts, must be kept to prove consent was granted. Individuals have the right to revoke data consent at any time, and they must be made aware of this right. The process of unsubscribing must be just as easy as subscribing. Charities have a duty of care for both their vulnerable client base and their donors. The GDPR requires charities to invest in security as a minimum considered to be good enough to meet the duty of their care to their donors and clients. Adequate security measures must be in place to protect the personal data they store and process. However, often charities lack the expertise to understand the risks they face. They may wrongly believe they are avoiding risks or accept risks without understanding the implications. Thanks for watching the GDPR for Charities video. Subscribe to our channel for more on how to tackle the EU GDPR, and feel free to watch more videos from our GDPR IQ series here. Don't forget to check out our website or follow our social channels. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you.